Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, it's the Akron Springfield Spartans versus the Ravenna Ravens. With veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Chris Canova. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening and welcome to Springfield High School's Vince R. Griffin Stadium for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's Graduates and the Stables. I'm Ron Whitmer and I'm joined in the booth by color analyst Chris Canova for tonight's clash between the visiting Ravenna Ravens and the host Springfield Spartans. The Ravens come into tonight at 0-3 in the Metro Athletic Conference play and 1-5 overall. The Spartans are likewise 0-3 in the MAC and 1-5 overall. The last Springfield win in this yearly series was a 28-17 Spartans victory in the 2013 season, so it's been a while. Ravenna has won 11 straight over the Spartans. First-year Ravens head coach Brian Coleman has seen his team be competitive in most games this year and looking to finish strong, while Springfield's Ben Lawley's squad remains winless since winning their season opener 40-32 over Waterloo here on Fifth Dimension Radio. So lots to talk about, and we'll do just that after this timeout.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, jogworks.org, for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer pregame on the field with Coach Brian Coleman from the Ravenna Ravens. Coach, you're 0-3, 1-5 going into the game, but to me that's a little bit misleading if I'm looking at your results correctly. You've been pretty much in every game, save maybe one all season. So my first question to you is that encouraging to you, or is that frustrating to you, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I'm proud of the way my guys play 4 quarters. We just got to find a way to get over the hump. We're leading one game 21-7 at halftime and lose 28-21. So, we just got to get over the hump.
Gotcha. Springfield, their strength appears to be they're pretty big up front on defense. Will that lead you to a little more passing than normal tonight? Or are you going to try to wear them down up front with the run game? What are your plans?
We're going to stay balanced. We're going to try to pass too, but we're going to stay balanced. And, we're going to run some, we're going to pass some. So I think trying to get outside on these guys is better than, trying to run right at them.
Right. So. Concerns about Springfield's offense. What do you got to do to contain them?
Contain the running back, gang tackle the running back, make sure the quarterback doesn't break out, and, they got a pretty big running back, and the quarterback's pretty, shifty.
So I want to look forward a little bit, and I'm sure you probably don't. You probably take them one at a time. But looking forward to next season and the revamped league, the revamped Metro, with your old rival Kent coming in along with the Falls and Talmadge. Do you see that as a net positive or a net negative for the schools that are currently in the Metro?
I think it's a positive. I talk to people that don't think it's a positive, but I played in the old Metro League with all those teams, so I think it's a positive, and there's going to be a lot of natural rivalries. So.
Some rekindled ones, yes. For sure. Injuries for tonight. Anybody of significance that won't be suiting up?
No, we're all good.
Excellent. That's Coach Brian Coleman from the Ravenna Ravens. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race, own a little, and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. Thestable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. Thestable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Ron Whitmer with Coach Ben Lawley of the Springfield Spartans. Coach, last time we talked, you were full of enthusiasm for a new season, and you got a big one that first night against Waterloo. Now you stand at 0-3 and 1-5, so I'm wondering, what's the mood of the team right now? Have you been able to keep spirits up? And as you look into some potential winnable games here down the stretch, what's the mood?
We're in good spirits. We're trying to get better every day, and we played some tough teams right after that first game.
Right.
I think at one point the combined record was 17-2 of the teams that we played. So very tough competition, but it was a learning experience for our guys too. And changing a program doesn't happen overnight, and certainly we're working every day to just get better at one thing and continue to improve.
Your quarterback Cone Keller has been out hurt. It sounded to me, based upon the notes I got from you earlier, that we might see him tonight. What's his status going into tonight's game?
Yeah, we'll play Marcus Lewis and Cohen. Marcus took most of the reps this week because Cohen wasn't cleared until about Wednesday. So, but you'll see both of them.
Okay. Week one, the offense was really humming that first game. Score-wise, not so much sense. Was the injury to your quarterback, did that affect that at all, or was it more just the competition?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. We've played some really tough defenses that shut down the running game, and they got after it in the pass rush. We haven't had a whole lot of time to get the ball off, and sometimes when we do, we hold on to it a little too long. But it's still, both quarterbacks are very young, sophomores, so there's still some learning to be done there, and they're getting great experience. But it's just kind of one of those things, a combination of both with injuries and in the tough defenses that we've seen.
I know we talked about your line, specifically your offensive line, but really both sides of the ball, and yet you have some youth there, but you have some big fellas there, and I know Coach Coleman from Ravenna is a little concerned about that tonight. Do you see that as an advantage for the Spartans as you approach tonight's game?
Yeah, we hope it is. We have great size. They're physical, but the one thing Ravenna does have up front is speed. They come and they attack aggressively. So it's a matter of slowing them down and doing our job up front as well. So
my last question was the keys to the game. So it sounds like you just gave me those, right? You got to contain the running backs, keep them from getting outside. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep, we got to set an edge all night. Not let they do a nice job with misdirection. They come right at you, and then they'll hit you with a play action pass. So everybody has a job to do tonight, and this type of offense that we're going to see, and they can take advantage of you if you fall asleep on the back end, and then up front if they get movement and get their misdirections going and we don't fit correctly, it could be a big play for them. So everybody has a job to do, and up front is definitely going to be the keys to the game because they have to set the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Well, we're really excited to see what happens tonight. It's great seeing you again, Coach Lawley. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So there you have it. Both coaches given their points of view. They're both at the exact same spot in this week 7 here in the season. 0-3 in the league and 1-5 overall. And coaches pretty much laid it out for us,
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
If Coach Coleman has his way, it'll be a speed game. Mm-hmm. If Coach Lawley for Springfield has his way, it'll be a power game and a strength game up front. What's your view going in?
Well, I tell you what, I mean, both teams are looking for momentum. The good news is Springfield gets their quarterback back tonight, at least part-time. Right. So I think that's going to bring some, motivation to his kids. And, they're going to have to go right at him. They don't have a lot of options as far as Springfield goes. Now, Ravenna, they're going to use their athletes. I think you said it to us earlier. Springfield's aware of it. We're just going to see what team's better at executing their game plan.
So our first game of the season, our first ever football broadcast here on Fifth Dimension Radio was right here at this field in Week 1. And, Chris, here we are in Week 7, and the weather in Week 7 is much like it was in Week 1. The only advantage is the sun's going down a little earlier at this time of year, so we don't have the direct sunlight. You weren't here that first week, but we had probably a dozen different instances of players going down with cramps and really extended that game out. It seems to be dropping the temperature pretty quickly here tonight. Do you see that as potentially being an issue again tonight?
Well, I certainly hope not, but it's a possibility. It's probably, 80 degrees, more humid than it has been for the last several days, I would estimate. But right. Temperature's dropping. These kids should be used to it by now. They've been doing it for several weeks. This weather's been very similar for the last month.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we don't run into those problems tonight.
Yeah. Our illustrious leader, Bob Fritz, over here, was nice enough to get us some nice fall sweatshirts, Fifth Dimension sweatshirts. Here we are, Week 7. Haven't worn them yet. But maybe when I shovel my drive this summer, Bob, or this winter, we'll get some use out of those. But, hey, we're not complaining. Actually, not only beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky tonight, temperatures are easing off, so it should be okay for tonight. Haven't seen a drop of rain yet this season either, so the field is in relatively nice shape, given that it's still the tail end of a pretty significant drought here in this part of Northeast Ohio. So we'll see if some of the dead spots in the grass play any kind of factor in a run or yards after catch tonight. But neither of these teams are in line for a playoff spot, but I think both coaches are at the point in the season where they're starting to look to the younger kids, and they both have several, to step up and be more of a factor as they build their program towards next season.
I think the Springfield coach is excited. I mean, I got the sense from him that, they've won only one game, but they're on the right track. They're making strides. They're getting their quarterback back tonight, and he knows what he has to do with his program. Year number 1, after several losing seasons, he is clear that it takes more than just overnight effort to be successful in this game, and he's encouraged. I'm anxious to see Ravenna, because I think you mentioned it earlier. They've been in most every game.
Right.
Coach mentioned tonight that they were up 21-7 earlier this year, and just weren't able to close the door on that game. They lost 28-21. So 2 different teams, and just I hope that we get a quality football game. I think we will.
Yeah. If we could say nothing else about Springfield, they gave us, if not the game of the year on Fifth Dimension Radio, certainly one of the top 2. That first game against Waterloo was back and forth. Big play after big play. So we know that Springfield is capable of the big play. A couple of them came on defense last time. We are under the assumption that Ravenna likewise is able to break the big ones, especially towards the outside, around the end. So we'll look for that tonight, and look forward to a really good matchup here tonight. I did want to mention, Chris, so anybody that's tuned in tonight that was expecting to hear us at Cuyahoga Falls with Aurora visiting at the brand new Lambert Stadium in Cuyahoga Falls, that there was a kink in the armor there, came up early in the week, and it became not possible for us to broadcast in the circumstances that we need to. So we wish the Falls the best of luck in their opener at Lambert Stadium in Cuyahoga Falls. And we are so thankful for AD Kevin Vaughn and the folks here at Springfield who opened the doors to us at a moment's notice, and they always treat us well. We're excited to be here on what should be a really good game, Chris, and the officials are out on the field. So we're going to turn to the field to make sure we don't miss a play here as the clock is under a minute before kickoff here. So, as we said, another really nice night here. A little bit of a breeze. I don't think enough to play a factor in the passing game for either team.
Did you mention this is our 4th homecoming in a row?
If I didn't, I should have, because
we should be like the homecoming ambassadors.
That's right. We are the official broadcasters of homecoming in Northeast Ohio.
That's right. Bob, have you seen? Is next week homecoming again? Do we know? Is Barberton homecoming next week?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
Okay, so Springfield won the toss and decided to defer, so they'll be kicking off here to start the game, going from right to left on your screens. And Ravenna will receive. Back for Ravenna to receive are Ethan McCamey and Ladarian Askew. Kicker is Jesse Hardy for the Spartans. So ball teed up on the 40, and just as I was saying, not much of a factor with the breeze tonight, the ball blew over. So maybe a little more than I thought. And Hardy will reset on the tee, approach, and a low line drive hits down around the 20. It's fielded at the 15, back across the 20 to the 25, out to the 30, 35 to the near side, and pulled down there is Ethan McCamey for Ravenna. So a nice run back to give the Ravenna Ravens nice field position to start the game here tonight. They're going to spot it right at the 40-yard line. So
nice run there to the outside, broke a tackle or two. Springfield's going to have to tackle better than that.
They're going to actually spot it at the 38, but still good field position for Springfield. C.J. Ross is their senior quarterback. He's 6'3", 180. He's in the shotgun. Man in motion is McCamey. Pass to the far side, caught at the 45 to the 50, the 45, across the 40, and knocked out of bounds at about the 35 was Ladarian Askew. Askew with the catch for Ravenna. And Chris, already the speed on the outside, as we were led to believe, is a concern for Springfield, and it reared its head immediately for Ravenna.
It did. Nice little out pass. Nothing fancy there, and the speed just took over. And really quite fortunate the sideline tackled him there.
Yeah, Ty Smith ran him out of bounds. Snap, handoff inside, met for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Trying to pick up the ball carrier, looked like 15.
That was Gaines.
Yeah. And I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher Mr. Gaines' first name. Azig Gaines. I hope I'm getting that right.
Isaiah, I think it is.
Isaiah Gaines. Okay.
Nice play by the middle of the defensive line there by Springfield.
Give him 4 on the carry. 2nd down, 6. Pitch to Gaines. Gaines around the left side. He's near the first down marker at the 30-yard line. I believe he got it. So they're going to mark him just inside the 30. Another Ravenna first down. 1st and 10 at the 20. Well, I'm looking at the official on the near side. He's giving them a first down, but the far side said no. Stepped out of bounds just short. So just outside the 30. 3rd and about a foot.
One official's over the line. One official's before the line.
Elijah Main, 3rd down short.
Double wing. Don't see
Gaines
that much
behind
anymore.
Ross. Ross hands the Gaines. He's got the first down yardage. Give him a pickup of about 3. Thurston with the tackle for Springfield. Marty Thurston, probably the leader of that Spartan defense from his linebacker position, made the tackle there. This is enough for a first down. Ball spotted just about the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, Ravenna. Just underway here, first quarter. Pass to the near side. A juke move around the 10. Springfield's got him by the jersey and going to pull him down at about the 9-yard line. The pass again is to Ladarian Askew. Once again, his second catch.
Same play to the other side of the field. About 17-yard gain there. And making it look really, really easy.
And I'm going to have to keep my eye out here because one official definitely is spotting the ball behind where it appears to be down. So they're going to spot it right at the 10, 1st and goal, Ravens. Ross takes it, pitches to Gaines. He's running to the far side. He's got room on the outside. A flag down inside the 5-yard line is Gaines. Flag came down in the area of holding. We'll see if that is the call. It is holding against Ravenna, so that's going to put at least a temporary damper on what's been an impressive first drive here.
Yeah, it really has. They're running a double wing, and you don't see that much anymore, right? A lot of motion. I'm imagining they're going to introduce some misdirection here pretty quickly. They're doing some tosses, and as soon as you're watching that motion, they're throwing the quick little out passes, and they're wide open.
So that 10-yard holding penalty will set the ball back to the 20, 1st and goal from the 20 for the Ravens. 9:33 remaining, first quarter, no score. Ross in the shotgun. Fakes, rolls to his left, looking in the end zone. Man's wide open and caught for the touchdown.
He dropped it.
Braylon Burks, and when he hit the ground, it came loose. Boy, Chris, he was wide open.
Wide open.
Wasn't a perfect pass, but very catchable. And made the cardinal sin of an announcer, don't look away before you're certain.
Well,
but
you called it, though. He had it in his hands and all the way to the ground. He hit the ground, dropped it.
Yeah, a nice pattern run by Burks. Pretty nice toss by Ross. All for naught. So it brings up 2nd and goal from the 20.
They're getting whatever they want at the moment. Run, pass.
Askew to the near side. Pitch to Gaines. He's running to the far side. He cuts it inside, but hit and dropped for a short gain. Once again by Marty Thurston for Springfield. The linebacker shot the gap that time, Chris, nicely.
Very nice play by the linebacker, and held him to about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah,
Good job.
Just maybe 2. Ball set down on the 18, so that'll be 3rd down and goal from the 18. We'll see if the Ravens want to go back to the air here.
It's the first time Ravenna's kind of slowed it up a little bit, huddled up, full huddle.
Okay, we got actually trips to the right this time, and we got a flag. What do we have? Sideline warning on Springfield. Okay, get that out of the way early. So to the near side is Burks, along with Mark Miller in the slot, and Ethan McCamey. Wrap it around draw, inside to the 15. To the 10, going to the outside now and into the end zone. Beautiful running, beautiful play. Marcus Hutchison for the Ravens on the wraparound draw. There's another one you don't see a whole lot of these days, Chris.
No, you
but
don't.
It certainly fooled the Spartans, and Hutchison gets it in from the 18 on 3rd and goal.
Didn't we see that? I think the Falls ran that a couple weeks ago, didn't they?
I believe they did once or twice,
right.
yeah. Don't see a lot of them, but
No,
it was effective there.
He used the official for a blocker right in the middle of the play.
So Jose Carpenter on for the extra point. Kick is up. It appears to be good. No, must have pushed it just right. So the kick is no good. And that'll leave us with a Ravenna 6, Springfield nothing score at 8:18 of the first quarter. We'll take this 30-second timeout.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screenprint Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
So Carpenter to kick off for Ravenna. He has a high kick that'll come down inside the 10-yard line, rolling loose and into the end zone for the touchback. It'll give Springfield the ball for the first time. They trail 6-0 here, 8:18 remaining first quarter.
That was close.
It was. We've seen that a few times. We saw that at the Falls a couple weeks ago.
So let me explain that real quick. But the ball was kicked over the deep man's head, and it slowly bounced inside the 5 and barely got over the goal line. I was wondering for a second if it was going to get over that goal line. It did, lucky for the Spartans.
Yeah, that was Dustin Salopek back to return the kick. He let it drop, and fortunately not a disaster for Springfield. And here we go again, an equipment problem on the first play of the game for the Spartans.
This official over here is the all-star so far.
Yes, he is. So 1st and 10, Springfield on their 20-yard line. Back to pass and taken down for Springfield is Marcus Lewis, who's been the interim quarterback. He's taken down for a 2-yard loss.
The ball carrier is brought down by number
I think that was mostly a coverage sack there, Ron. I mean, nobody was open. Looked like they tried to do, two, seam routes. Nothing was there.
Yeah, it was Bradley Davis on the sack for Ravenna.
We have another stopped coverage by the same official.
And Davis is going to have to go off the field. Don't know if that's about an equipment issue or not, but it appears to be.
Okay, here we go.
So in for him is, I'm not sure who that is. Any rate, handoff in the backfield to Lang, who's taken down immediately. Great job by number 7 for Ravenna. Braylon Burks shot the gap, and another tackle for loss in the backfield. Loss of about 3, so it'll bring up 3rd and 15 for Springfield.
So Ravenna is putting 7 guys in the box, and they're bringing everybody, it looks like. Well, at least 5 of the guys are bringing. So they're making Springfield work here.
So the sophomore quarterback is Marcus Lewis. Takes the snap, fumbles the snap. Now he's going to run into the near side, has some room across 15 to 20 to 25, 26-yard line. Knocked out of bounds before he can pick up the first down, but he made a lot out of nothing as the ball was loose on the ground. It'll bring up a 4th and about 4.
4th down and 4 for the Spartans. At 26-yard line.
And Springfield will punt.
That fumble allowed him to break containment there. Nice little run. Also a great hit by the young man from Ravenna.
Trying to pick up the punter. End over end kick. Hits at the 50. Rolls to the 40 to the 35. Picked up and returned across the 45. Still in bounds and still moving. For the Ravens is number 3, Mark Miller. Nice job to get a few extra yards out near the 48-yard line. That's where the Ravens will have it 1st and 10 from their own 48.
Springfield has got to stop grabbing and start tackling. That's what's happening there. That's, 5 extra yards?
Right.
They got to start tackling.
No problem. First and 10 for 48
Good job by Miller staying in bounds and getting those extra yards that Chris was talking about. So it's first and 10 Ravenna at their own 48. They lead 6-0, 6:36 remaining first quarter.
Let's see if Springfield can get a stop here. Contain the outside, make them work it up the middle.
C.J. Ross at quarterback, Marcus Hutchison behind him. Inside handoff this time on a counter play in the backfield. Springfield with a tackle. He gets away, and when I say he, that's Mark Miller. He did break the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain.
Nice little misdirection there.
Miller, the ball carrier, brought down by
The problem with that play is it just takes so much time to get off in the backfield.
Nice job by Lang. Check that Thurston for Springfield.
Was that Gaines who got the ball?
No, that was Hutchison.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. No, that was Mark Miller on that inside. It looked like Hutchison was going to get it, but the inside reverse. So all kinds of...
well, hey, it's fooling us up here.
Yeah. Lots of inside handoffs. Guys coming. I'm going to have you explain this here in the next play. CJ, a quarterback, takes it himself up the middle, and he's got about just short of the first down. You're going to mark him at the 43-yard line, so it'll be third and a yard. So, Chris, the two, I'm going to call them receivers, who are actually angled back towards the quarterback. What would you call that position that they're playing?
Those are two tight slots, and double. They're playing. It's a double wing.
Okay.
And they're motioning one, and then reversing the other back the other way to give that misdirection look. Sometimes they're handing it off to.
Gotcha. There it goes again.
Yes.
Handoff again to Mark Miller. Mark Miller plows ahead for about 4. That'll give the Ravens another first down inside the 40 at about the 39-yard line. First and 10 Ravenna. And
if you're thinking about, I'm sorry, Ron, go on.
No, I'm just saying Springfield trying to figure out what's going on here with all this misdirection.
Do you think back to those old football films and you watch those Army, Navy, Notre Dame games, the Four Horsemen, when they did like I'm trying to visualize it for the audience, but the misdirection look in the backfield.
That's what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
So Ross, Miller in motion, hands this time to Hutchison up the middle, and it's not Hutchison this time. This time it's Gaines. So Gaines plows ahead for about 7 yards. We'll give him 7. Call it second and a long 3.
33-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Tonight's featured match sponsor, Penske.
Just saw McLaughlin coming off to the near side for Springfield. Not sure if he tweaks something. We'll see if he comes back. Ross at quarterback. Handoff inside to Gaines again, and we have, it looks like, procedure call against the Ravens. So that'll set them back 5. It'll bring up second and long now, second and about 9. Ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line of Springfield.
So, when Coach Lally from Springfield was talking pregame about, responsibilities, you got to stick to your responsibilities on defense. That's what, it's really important tonight. You can't be following who you think has the ball.
Right. It's an excellent point. Miller again in motion. This time rolling to the near side is Ross. He's throwing. He's got it to Gaines at the 35, across the 30 to the 25, and taken down at the 24-yard line. Tackled by Springfield's number 44, Devin McClure.
Nice play there. I honestly thought he handed the ball off. The quarterback's doing a great job.
Yeah. He's got very quick hands. Hard to follow.
Well, and he's only ran the ball one time so far, but it looks like he could take off at any moment as well.
Sure looks like it. So give Ravenna the first down at the Springfield 25, first and 10. 3:17 remaining first quarter. C.J. Ross in the shotgun. He'll hand inside to Gaines. Gaines with a hole up the middle, stays on his feet, gets it down inside the 20, still on his feet. finally taken down at about the 18-yard line. So a nice first down gain of about 7 there, Chris. And give the Ravens credit. They've got the quickness to get outside, but they're not afraid to power it up the middle. Gaines is showing some power in the middle, as is Hutchison.
You know, Gaines has that new look running back, right? He's not very tall, but he's, very sturdy and strong and quick.
So Ross talking to Hutchison behind him. He'll hand to Miller this time. Miller has a nice little crease and is up for near a first down. I haven't seen him signal yet. The ball spotted at the 15, and they are going to mark it as a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Ravens. And boy, I sympathize with the linebackers for Springfield trying to sort out who the heck has the ball, right?
And they're just seaming the tackles, too. Somebody has to come up and lay wood to one of these guys.
Ross hands off this time.
That was a good effort there. See?
McCamey this time, as Chris said,
good job,
is met by a couple of Spartans. Looked like first one there.
Who ran the ball that time?
McCamey. Looked like maybe Keegan Cottrell. And I'm sorry, no, it was McCamey, number 1, the public address announcer. I think I had it wrong.
I got to give it to Ravenna. That's the 5th person to touch the ball in the backfield. Pretty nice.
Yeah,
to have that
which
option.
makes it even more difficult to figure out who's got the ball, right?
That's right.
You can easily see here early why the Ravens have been in most every game. Ross to pass over the middle. He's got a man open and into the end zone. Looks like it was Braylon Burks. Yes, it was Braylon Burks with the touchdown grab. And at 1:12 remaining in the first quarter, Ravenna has taken a 12-0 lead.
Well, a little pop pass there. And actually, that was pretty well covered, to be honest with you. Nice pass, nice catch.
Jose Carpenter on to attempt the extra point. Got a whistle. No flag.
This official on the side.
Boy, another. What is that most likely, Chris? Is that a mouthpiece? A mouth guard,
or his helmet won't buckle, or knee pads are not covering his knees, something like that.
Jose Carpenter's kick is up, and this time he gets it through the uprights. So with that extra point, it's Ravenna 13, Springfield nothing. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Outside pretty well, to be fair.
So back at Springfield High School, and for the home folks, not the kind of start they were hoping for. The Ravenna Ravens have come out twice and marched the ball right down the field to take this 13-0 lead, 1:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Carpenter will kick off for the Ravens.
Springfield's got to get something going here, keep their defense off of the field.
Dustin Sabalek is one of the 2 deep backs, and
oh my goodness,
our friend here on the near side, Chris, is earning his paycheck tonight.
He is.
And yet another equipment issue.
Yes,
it is.
Equipment issue. Okay.
Hey, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's a first quarter record, at least for games that I've been at.
Yeah, and we're not done. We're not done yet. Still first quarter.
That's true.
Actually, they had too many men on the field. He didn't throw a flag. No, wait, he's back on the field. What's going on?
He doesn't know. We don't know.
What is going on here?
The Springfield coaching staff doesn't know. I think
There's 12 guys in the field.
Cohen Keller is the other deep back, and the ball comes down at the 5 and goes into the end zone.
There's 12 guys in the field.
Nice kickoff by Ravenna. Chris had 12 for the Ravens.
There's 12 guys in the field.
12 and no call. So far we're on top of the equipment issues, but maybe not so much the number of guys. So the ball will be at the Springfield 20, their second possession. They trail 13-0 on a beautiful night here from Springfield High School and Griffin Stadium. So let's see who it looks like. Looks like Keller is going to start this second series at quarterback, with Thurston behind him in the backfield. Twins to each side. Pass is caught and then dropped. Pass was to Jace Garrison. Jace had it in his hands, and Chris turned to run before he fully secured it.
Nice pass by the quarterback, right in his hands.
Yeah, right where it needed to be. 2nd and 10.
Ron, did they throw this much the first week you saw them?
They had a really nice mix, as I recall. Garrison, by the way, is a freshman. Not that he's going to use that as an excuse, but Keller takes the snap, hands to Thurston. He's got a little hole up the middle. He's across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3 for the Spartans, who would like to put together a drive here to make sure that Ravenna knows that it's going to be a game tonight.
Nice little kind of like delay. What would you call that? Like a little bit of a delay?
Yeah, it was a delayed handoff. Let things clear out just enough for Thurston. He squirted up the middle and picked up a nice chunk, 7 yards. 3rd and 3. Keller with Thurston again behind him. Twins to the near side. Keller in the shotgun. Little movement, no call, dropped. Thurston drops the ball, late flags, picked up by Ravenna. The fumble recovery was by Zaire Sanders on the fumble recovery, and I think that's going to stand. I think the flags were against Springfield, but we're going to wait and see. And that's what it is. So
yeah, they're not going to tell us, but it is Ravenna's ball.
Nice job by Sanders. The 5'10 senior, 175-pounder was right on that. Johnny on the spot. And now the Ravens in great shape at the Springfield 26-yard line, 1st and 10. 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
They going up top of here, Ron, or what?
That's not a bad idea. Let's see what Ross thinks. He's got Hutchison behind him. He is going to toss it to the far side. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line and driven out of bounds for the Ravens is Askew. I believe that's his 3rd catch on the day.
It is.
So give him 9 on that catch. Spotted at the 16, 2nd down and 1. And this Ravens offense looks like a well-oiled machine so far.
Nice little dump pass there to the left.
Ross. Hands to McCamey. That time, not a lot there. Let's see if he did get enough for the first down. I think he did.
Elijah Manning.
And yes, there's the first down signal. So they're going to spot it at the 15. 1st and 10 for Ravenna. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter with the score. Ravenna 13, Springfield nothing. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Hey fans, you can hear and see a rebroadcast of tonight's game by searching for Fifth Dimension Radio on the YouTube app on your favorite digital device. Smartphone, smart TV, tablet, anywhere you get your online digital content. Friday night games are posted the succeeding Saturday night or Sunday afternoon. So not only will you get to hear the dulcet tones of Chris Canova and Ron Whitmer, you'll get to see the action. And tonight, I want to let you know that manning the video camera in the booth to the right next to us is Roger McLean. Roger, can't see you, but I'm waving to you over there. Thanks for joining us tonight. As usual, turning the dials for us, Bob Felmley. Ross in the backfield. Hands on the end around. Across the 15 to the 10 to about the 9-yard line is Ladarian Askew. Boy, they're finding all kinds of ways to get the ball in the hands of Askew. And this is no secret. We were led to believe by both coaching staffs that the quickness advantage would be held by Ravenna, and so far that's the bigger advantage in the game.
I like that. He's going wide.
Handoff again to Askew on the far side. He's inbounds and into the end zone, almost untouched for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run for Ladarian Askew, the senior 5'9", 140-pounder, and the Ravens are putting on an offensive clinic here in the first half. 11:26 remaining. They lead 19-0, awaiting the extra point try by Jose Carpenter.
Little stretch play there, both plays, and the young man just finds the seam and goes. And quickly, I might add.
So the snap spot, the kick is up. It's got plenty of leg on it, and it is good. So Carpenter connects for the extra point, and that makes it Ravenna 20, Springfield nothing. Hey, we talked about the YouTube station. I want to remind everybody that you can see a video replay of tonight's game this coming Monday night at 6 p.m. streaming live on WAOH.TV. That's WAOH.TV Monday at 6. And we're happy to have WAOH as a broadcast partner here so that we can, after the fact, show you what we've been talking about each week. And we're happy to partner up with them and look forward to continuing that relationship here going in. Hopefully, I haven't talked to him, but maybe even into basketball season. Can I say maybe? Okay, maybe into basketball season. So.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And as
I should know this. So how many basketball games do you guys do?
It's in the works. We did about a half a dozen last year as a test, and that went well. So I'm thinking probably at least 10, maybe a dozen regular season games, and we'll see how that goes. So Carpenter will kick off. This time a low line drive hits at the 25. Big bounce over the Springfield, over Keller's head and into the end zone. And again, a fortunate bounce for Springfield, Chris, because you know, I don't want to blame Keller there because that was kind of a wicked hop. And I mentioned in the pregame, it'd be interesting with the field as dry as it had gotten over the summer if we might see something like what just happened, which was a bounce that couldn't have been anticipated. But it did work out well for the Spartans, so they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Young man was charging the ball and bam, popped over his head. Actually, he's lucky. Could have hit him.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Springfield back in the spread, looking to get on the board here. Keller back in at quarterback. He's standing in the shotgun at the 15. He'll hand off to Lang. Lang up across the 20 to the 22-yard line where he's taken down. Give him 23, so a pickup of 3. And it looked like maybe gains on the tackle over there for Springfield. I take that back, Sanders. Maybe.
You know, just kind of picks his way, finds a little opening or seam and picks his way for a nice little gain there. Wasn't much there, but he did a nice job picking up, 3 or 4 yards?
Right. 10:51 just underway here in the second quarter. Keller calling the signals. Low snap, picks it up. He'll run up the middle. He's got some room. He's across the 30 and has the first down. So a nice job by the sophomore quarterback of making something happen where there was nothing. And this actually, Chris, again, I know you weren't here, but the first week both teams had trouble with the snap. Waterloo especially, which basically cost them the game. But Springfield had some trouble also with the snap. And tonight already we've seen a couple of low snaps and a quarterback mishandle what wasn't that bad of a snap. So they definitely want to clean that up if they're going to keep these drives moving. But Keller with a nice job there, picked up the first down. Ball spotted on the 30, 1st and 10, Springfield. Keller hands to Lang up the middle. He's met there. He had a nice hole, but the great job by number 66, Bradley Davis, for the Ravens. Snuffed out what could have been a nice run.
Well, Ravenna's putting five guys on the line, usually bringing one linebacker, and they know Springfield's strength is running the ball, and they're going to stop it.
Yeah, we've talked about the size of the Springfield lines, but there's some big fellas up there for Ravenna as well. Keller chased in the backfield, rolling to the near side. Going to keep it across the 30. A very late flag comes in. He's met at the 32 by number 7, Braylon Burks, and then driven out of bounds by 25, who we don't have on our roster, so I'm not sure who that was for Ravenna. In any case, Chris, that flag was a good 30 yards away from the action.
It was, other side of the field.
Play, and I have no idea. I'm guessing a hold. It is a hold.
It's a hold.
Let me ask you this. I'm more the basketball guy. And the thing I love about soccer is advantage, disadvantage with their referees. A hold, even if it was a hold, 30 yards away behind the play. Do football officials ever consider play on, just let them play on? Or is that, are they taught, hey, you see it, you call it?
That's a really good question, and I feel like if I answer it, I'm going to get in trouble.
That's why I was setting you up.
My opinion is, if it has nothing to do with the play, you shouldn't call it. I mean, maybe it was egregious. I didn't see the play.
Yeah, I didn't either. Again, it was so far behind the play where the flag came down, and late.
Right.
At any rate, brings up a 2nd and 21 for Springfield. So here we go. Let's see what they can come up with. Keller going to air it out down the sideline, and the ball was batted out of bounds. Nice coverage that time for Ravenna. And on the play, looks like Miller over there.
And we'll say this.
Mark Miller batted that one down.
I do think the Spartans have more energy with Keller and a quarterback. He has a little bit of hops to him. I mean, he's quick.
Yeah.
Eludes the rushers, which they need because they're bringing everybody. And that young man, the receiver, just was not open. He was at least, there's 2 or 3 white jerseys on that
and
play.
I couldn't pick up the number over there. I don't believe the Spartans have gone to Ternosky at the tight end. A little bit surprising. 3rd and 21. Screen pass over the middle and dropped again. So incomplete. And they're moving the ball marker. I don't think you do that.
That's a home field advantage there. That's a great job by that. And look, the official followed it.
Yeah, he did. And I'm wondering, did they rule it a catch and a fumble? And he must have, because they moved the ball marker.
Well, this guy called incomplete down here.
Yeah. At any rate, it's still.
If any schools are looking for a official or a what do you call it, a chain gang official?
Yeah, that's your
I would
man.
recommend that's your guy.
4th and 20. The punt is a nice one. Goes out of bounds at about the 48-yard line of Ravenna, where they'll have the ball, and a late flag this time, a really late flag. So it's got to be something in the dead ball variety. Looks like the official's walking towards the Ravenna sideline. I don't know if something was said over there.
And they moved the chains already, so What is going on here?
I believe it was so late, Chris. Even if it's on Ravenna, it would have had to have been a dead ball foul, right?
Well, Ravenna's coach was in the middle of the field over here, too. That doesn't...
We've got a discussion going on at the Springfield 30 where the flag lays. And those three officials have decided you didn't really see a flag. It wasn't there.
Okay.
So...
I think that's the answer to your question from like 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
If they can't remember what they saw,
we didn't really
see it.
Okay, and the Ravens are going to benefit by an extra 2 yards. The ball's going to be spotted at midfield. So it'll be Ravens ball. They lead 20-0. 8:09 remaining in the second quarter. Ball at midfield. Handoff inside. Looked like it was Gaines. Might have been.
I didn't see that number.
See if that was 15 or 5. No, it was 15. So that was, yeah, it was Gaines. I'm sorry. 5 is Sanders. He had got a yard, so a nice job of Springfield.
It looked like that was a read. Like he was, like the quarterback was reading whether or not to hand that ball off that time.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. Ross thought about keeping it, but gave it up at the last second. Gain of 1, second down 9. Inside handoff. Big gainer across the 40, 35-30, inside the 25. That one went to Mark Miller once again. He's having a really nice half.
Nice 25-yard gain there. So that time again, they used one of those wings. They showed direction right, came back with a misdirection left. Counter play, hit the seam, and a nice little 25-yard run.
Yeah, it seems like Springfield's biting on that first fake handoff, and the counter has been there almost all the first half here. Ross, hands off, up the middle, Gaines inside the 15 to about the 14. Another nice, no pun intended here, gain by Gaines of about 8 yards. A Springfield guy down on the field just inside the 20, so the trainers are out quickly to check on him.
That was a different look that time, so they led with that wing back. I don't remember seeing that play yet, but nice little look. Almost like a power play with those two lead backs. It was nice, and they just outmanned Springfield. 8 yards, nothing fancy. And I'll tell you what, this 5-back combo that Ravenna has going on is pretty impressive.
It's a handful for sure. It looks like Thurston is the injured Spartan. And for the first time all season, Chris, these high-priced binoculars of mine seem to have paid off. Yeah, it looks like it's Marty Thurston, two-way player, the linebacker and running back, and Springfield already down 20-0, can ill afford to lose one of their better players if that indeed, yes, I was right, it's Marty Thurston. He's up on his feet, walking under his own power. Little gimpy there, so maybe a knee, maybe an ankle. He's getting some assistance from his teammates to get him off the field. Well, we hope Thurston can make it back. Second down 2. Ravenna at the 15 of Springfield. Springfield, Chris, I think is already at the time of the game where they got to make something happen here before we get to halftime. Ross hands off to Gaines. Gaines across the 10 to the 5. Slips the tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown for Isaiah Gaines.
Well, you know, it was they showed everything was going right. Then just a quick planted his foot, boom, went back left, and looked like there's a whole tunnel there.
Yeah,
for him to run down.
Looked like they might have him at around the 5-yard line, and then he slipped the tackle and got in. Carpenter on and has the extra point blocked. So this time it's no good. That'll leave us at Ravenna 26, Springfield nothing. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
6:50 remaining in the first half at Springfield High School, where Ravenna leads Springfield 26-0. Chris, I hope I'm wrong, but I think that I may be looking at a demoralized Springfield team at this point. I hope that that's not the case. I mean, got a lot of football left to play. But that last series, it looked a little too easy for the Ravens.
I mean, they're certainly lookout manned. I mean, speed is clearly on the Ravenna side. And then you see a play like the extra point there where, you know, I was glad to see that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Springfield, clearly isn't giving up. But
I'm glad you brought up that point. Yeah. That's an excellent point to make. That does show that they have not. And I didn't mean to suggest they've given up. They seem to be like, oh man, what's going to happen next to us?
Well, I agree with you. They look beat. Yeah. I don't mean to use those words, but it's tough to. They run right, and there's a Raven. They run left, there's a Raven. They run forward, there's a Raven. Right. And there doesn't seem to be much success. So, how do you keep the kids motivated? And I tell you what, that's a tough job. But this coach seems to be, keeping them in the game, which I'm happy to see that.
So the kickoff was taken at about the 10-yard line by Marcus Lewis for Springfield. He ran it back to the 20. So the Spartans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. 6:40 remaining, and they definitely would love to put some points on the board here. So let's see what Cohen Keller can come up with from the quarterback spot. See if this line can give him some time to throw. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw to the near side, caught and dropped at the 25. That time it was to Chernovsky. We had been talking about him. He made a couple of really nice catches that first game we had here. Not an easy catch that time, but it did hit him in the hands. It was a nice pass.
Keller needs one of these kids to make a play for him too, right? I mean, he's running literally for. He's running around back there.
Yeah, he had very little time to get rid of that one. Second down 10. Ball at Springfield 20. Keller. Pressure again and throws it to Lang, and it drops harmlessly for an incompletion. He had a lot of pressure that time.
I'm not sure why he would call that penalty. There was really no need for that.
Oh my, I had already turned my head away from the field. Yeah, and the flag again is nowhere near the play. Just before we get to the penalty, Zaire Sanders again with some really good pressure on Keller.
Unless there is some language after the fact, which he may be calling.
I still haven't seen an indication. They're going to pick it up again.
Well, good, because he shouldn't. Okay. They should not have called that a penalty.
Okay.
Good. No comment. Good. All right. Well, again, the quarterback was under pressure. He got rid of it, which is good news. It looks like Ravenna's going to the 4-man line, kind of, to your point, like not putting as much pressure on the offensive line, making Springfield work a little bit, which is probably a good thing for Springfield, frankly.
Keller takes the snap, steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to run it tucks it and gets up to about the 22, but that's going to be well short of the first down. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 8 yards. Yeah, 4th and 8. And still first half. Too early to think about going for a 4th and long here, that deep in your own territory. So to kick it away for Springfield is Spencer Casto.
And I'll say this, most coaches right now, they're down to 26-0. And frankly, it could be a lot worse than that.
Nice punt by Casto to the 50. Taken there to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And it looked like C.J. Ross, the quarterback, returned that punt for about 50 yards. No flags on the field this time. And boy, just like that, we're up to running clock territory, Chris. It's 32-0.
Yep. Most
still first half. So.
Yeah, I was going to say before he ran that back, as most coaches would be if they were Springfield, they're running the ball, running the clock down. Yep. Springfield's sticking to the game plan, which is good. It's the only way the kids are going to learn, right?
Yeah, as we've mentioned, both first game and again tonight, a lot of youth on both sides,
right?
But specifically for Springfield. And yeah, we were without a ball there for a second. I wonder what we were waiting on. So Carpenter getting some leg work out tonight. He's had 1 miss, 1 block, and 2 makes. He'll go for a 3rd and low snap this time. Retrieved and spotted, and the kick's up and through the upright. So a nice job that time by, looked like Ross. C.J. Ross was the holder.
Ron, who ran that back?
That was the quarterback, Ross. Yeah, C.J. Ross, 50-yard punt return. So guys getting it done. And you had mentioned, there's some opportunities for him to run, but why? Because you got 4 other guys that are very capable. Why get yourself banged up? But he got some mileage on that one. So with that, the Ravens take a 33-0 lead here on homecoming. And talk about a spoiler of homecoming. So far, that's what this has been for the Spartans, as the Ravens are up 33-0, 5:37 remaining in the first half.
All you can do now is one play at a time, and first thing is get a first down. Let's get a first down and then go from there.
And I thought on the first series tonight, it looked like they were ready to compete.
Right.
And a couple of drop snaps hurt them, fumble hurt them. And all of a sudden, here we are in a 33-0 game with time still on the clock here in the first half. So the kick is this time a short kick just inside the 30, fielded by the up man for Springfield, taken down right at the 30. The tackle that time is by Marcus Hutchison. And didn't pick up.
I didn't see who caught that.
I think it might have been Dylan Wilson, the freshman, who caught that at the up back position. At any rate, it'll be spotted just inside the 30. We'll call it the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. 5:14 remaining, first half. Hey, folks, stick around at halftime. We're excited to be able to talk to Lakemore Mayor Richard Cole. Rich is he's involved in about everything a man can possibly be involved in, and we'll touch on as many of those.
Ask him about his drum class. He does a drum class, a workout.
There's 2 or 3 that you're going to have to remind me of.
He has a workout drum class. It's phenomenal.
We are excited to talk to him at halftime, so he'll be making his way up here soon. Snap taken by Keller, handoff inside, and a nice run up the middle and a flag down. Lang with a 9-yard pickup. Hey, look who walked into the booth here. Mr. Cole, we're excited to talk to you.
We were just talking positively about you on the radio. Yeah. I was talking about your drum class.
So the penalty is going to be marched off against Springfield, exactly what they didn't need. A 10-yard holding call, I believe.
That was the best play of the night until the penalty, but...
yeah, nice run by Lang up the middle.
Small victories, right? Still first down.
1st and 12. So, yeah, the Spartans need something.
Clock is running.
Anything right here. Coming to the near side for the Spartans is Spooney, the receiver. Keller back to pass. Got a little time this time. Rolls to the near side. He's looking downfield. Lots of room to run. He's across the 30, 35, out of bounds just over the 40-yard line. And he'll pick up that first down. So exactly what Chris was saying. Something positive here, and a nice job by the athletic Keller, sophomore quarterback. They'll spot him out at the 41-yard line.
Excellent job of the line that time. And Keller with a nice little run there. 14 yards on the pickup. Excellent job. All right, that's one first down. Now let's get 2.
All right. And that time he did pull it down and run, Chris, but his line held up that time. He had the opportunity to look downfield.
Yep.
Keller takes the snap. Hands off to Lang across the 40, 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, and pushed out of bounds there. So another big play for the Spartans as Baron Lang with a big pickup, and I'm hearing whistles. I'm not seeing a flag. Oh, but there must have been one because I got a holding call. I still don't see the flag.
I don't see the flag either.
And that's a shame. Another big play by the Spartans. Springfield coaches are not happy. And I think, from what I can see from here, and the refs are closer to it than we are, some of it looks legit.
So it'll be first down and 7 or maybe 8. So they have, could be worse.
With that, we get a timeout from the Ravens. 4:27 remaining, first half. And Ravenna leading 33-0. Hey, fans, I want to remind you once again that tonight's game, you can hear it and see it, a video replay that will be available to you this coming Monday night at 6 p.m., streaming live on WAOH.TV. That's WAOH.TV, Monday at 6. So if you're wondering what that all about, if you're old school like me or just old like me, so much of what you can see, especially at the high school level, but at the college and pro level as well, is doing just what Chris and I are doing tonight. We're live streaming. Well, we're taking that live stream, marrying it with the video that's being shot tonight, and that's what you can see on WAOH.TV on Mondays. And it's a great opportunity, especially for folks who are at the game who want to see the television version of what they saw that night. So check that out Monday nights at 6 on WAOH.TV. All right, we've got first and I don't know what this time. Handoff.
It was 1st and 8.
1st and 8. Okay, now the sideline marker is, and it must have been laying on the ground.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
We got another
what happened?
Springfield man down on the field here. So a loss on the play, short loss. And let's see if we can pick up who's down. 64 for the Spartans. That's Spencer Casto, one of the key linemen for the Spartans.
Junior.
He's sitting up, but not standing up at this point.
Just going down the lineup here for Springfield, I'm seeing just a handful of seniors that are playing, 6 or 7.
Casto's coming off with some assistance from the coaches and his teammates. So fans, again, please stick around for the Edward Jones halftime report and our special guest tonight, Lakemore Mayor Rich Cole.
He's going to tell you all kinds of stories.
Oh, he has stories.
All kinds of stories.
I've never met a man as positive about life as Rich Cole. So
that's no joke either.
he will be lifting up the Spartans here at halftime. Lang with the handoff. He's got a hole over the middle, across the 50, still on his feet, powers his way up to the 46-yard line, and a first down. A really nice run again by Baron Lang, who, Chris, has had a couple of nice runs wiped out by penalties, but he's running hard tonight, and if you're looking for positives for the Spartans, Baron Lang is certainly one of them.
This is like a whole new team. You know, they're taking it to Ravenna right now, and you gotta love it, right?
Absolutely.
Right at him.
3:50 remaining here in the half, and Springfield has already overcome a couple penalties. It's first down, 10. The ball at the Ravenna 47-yard line. Keller takes the snap. Hands again to Lang. Lang's got a bit of a hole and another flag. And boy, I thought I saw a hold that time by Ravenna, but it's not going to be. It's going to go against the Ravens.
Spartans.
I'm sorry, Spartans. I don't think anything's gone against the Ravens tonight. I don't know how I made that comment.
Anything wrong, like not one thing wrong.
Yeah, they're playing a really clean game, a really athletic game, and consequently they're up 33-0. So another 10-yard penalty against the Spartans.
This might be the
12 yards forward, 10 yards back.
They've had like 7 first downs out of the last 8 plays.
So, yes, it is first down. First down and 20. Keller. Hands again to Lang. This time he's met just across the line of scrimmage. First man there, again, is the mysterious number 25 for Ravenna.
Well,
we'll give the tackle to Sanders, who was also in there, Zaire Sanders.
I think you should, because that's the guy's name we have, and it's only fair. Let's see if they do the same thing here, fake it, and hit like a seam pass to, is it Ternowski? Their tight end.
Yeah, Ternowski, the tight end here on the near side. Keller standing on his own 40, second down. Drops, time to throw. Airs it out, but it's picked off. Nice job by Mark Miller, who is getting it done on both sides of the ball, Chris. The interception by Miller gives the Ravens the ball back.
Wow, what a catch.
2:24. It really was. I was about to say that's over everybody's head.
Wow.
And Miller made a nice diving catch to intercept the ball and give it back to his Ravens at the 32-yard line.
You know, I thought Keller did a nice job getting rid of it, avoiding the sack, and it wasn't that bad of a throw. But wow, what a catch by the defensive back.
Yeah, he's already had 2 passes defensed and now pass interference. So, and Miller will hit his offensive stats here at halftime, but he's among many Ravens who've had a really nice first half offensively.
Well, let's see if the Spartans can get a victory here on defense. He had some on offense that last series.
C.J. Ross at quarterback for Ravenna. He hands off inside to Hutchison. Hutchison across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Hutchison is a 5'10 senior, 185, plays both ways at running back and linebacker. Another one of the Ravens who's had a nice first half.
Nothing fancy right up the gut there. You know, I'm curious to see what the Ravenna coach does here. Is it going to be, I don't know how to put this. I mean, just go, up the middle.
To go very vanilla, is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to say that, yes.
Ross handoff inside, across the 45, out near midfield is Ladarian Askew, who's catching the ball, running the ball. Again, broken record, I know, but as Chris has mentioned, there are 5 different guys at a minimum who are touching the ball regularly for the
And that's not counting their quarterback.
Yes, exactly
who just ran a pump back 50 yards.
Right. Ball spotted at midfield, second down 2, minute 22 remaining first half. Inside handoff to Miller. Miller across the 45 to the 40 to the 35, down near the 30. where he's taken down by a host of tacklers.
Ball carrier brought down by Isaiah Keller.
It does not look like Ravenna is going to push the issue here. With a minute to go, 30 yards to go for a score, up 33 points, which is actually, frankly, good to see.
First down and 10 at the 33. Hand off to Miller. Miller cuts back across the 30 to the 25 and tackled down at about the 27-yard line. Another nice gain of about 9 for Miller. And now they're going to scoot it ahead another yard and give him a first down.
Okay.
The running back's got to enjoy that, so they're going to spot it just outside the 22 seconds remaining. And I think Coach Coleman is telling his guys, let's just let this run out and go to the halftime locker room. Although here comes Ross into the huddle with 12 seconds. Maybe they run one more play here. And what do we have? We have timeout Ravenna. Interesting.
You gotta let your kids play. I understand that. They practice all week too.
So that's my question. Is this a timeout to tell your kids, hey, we're not gonna try to do anything, or a timeout to say?
My guess is he's gonna try a field goal, but I don't know.
Well, that's not a bad idea here. So get his kicker some work, and you're right, the kicker is out there. He showed a pretty strong leg on some of the extra points. His holder is Ross, who's standing next to him. Boy, nice call, Chris. I would not have seen this coming, but...
how often do you get to do this as a high schooler, right? He's going to kick a...
30, it's at the 29, so it'll be a 39-yard attempt by Carpenter. Ross will hold it. Snap, spot, kick.
He's got it, right?
The distance. It went through. A nice kick that time by Jose Carpenter, who puts the Ravens up with 2 seconds left here in the first half by a score of 36-0. So, I don't have any qualms about that.
No.
Do you want your kicker to get some work, and
exactly.
And it's not a gimme, it's not a chip shot. So you get an idea for these last 3 regular season games what his range is.
He could have been disrespectful 5 plays ago and passed the ball and been pitching the ball outside. He wasn't. And, and like I said before, these kids practice all week too. So I totally understand that, and I think the Springfield coach understands that too. That was a heck of a kick.
It sure was. Well, I had noticed during his attempts for extra points, distance wasn't a problem. It was sometimes getting it through the uprights. But a nice job by Jose Carpenter for the Ravenna Ravens. Now he'll kick off. Back deep for the Spartans is Keller. And not sure who's on the far side. We'll see once he turns towards us. Kick is a squib kick, and it's handled by Springfield at the 47-yard line.
Good clock person.
Yeah, and it was handled nicely that time by Ternosky. So time has run out.
This official's not going to make that run a play, is he?
According to the clock person that Chris is happy with, the officials are now deciding, do we have to? Yeah, they're going to call him back out for a play. So if you're wondering what happened there, because it happened quickly, a squib kick was handled by the one of the up men for Springfield, Ternosky. And immediately when that happens, the clock stops. So what Chris was saying is scoreboard operator had some mercy and let that thing run, but the officials were not having it. So we got one more play here before halftime. 2 seconds remaining. But hats off to Isaac Ternosky, Chris, because that was as squib kicks go.
I'll tell you what, these officials are
that was a burner.
Are all-stars tonight.
Yeah.
And have they? I wish I knew. Have they called anything on Ravenna yet?
That's an excellent question. Maybe one. So here we go. 2 seconds remaining. Ball's on the Springfield 47. Keller, bad snap, picks it up, rolls to the near side, and he's just going to fall down. And a good job by Keller. He goes down at the 35-yard line. And what now? We're going to go to halftime. All right. So at halftime, our score, Ravenna 36, Springfield nothing. It's the Edward Jones halftime report. Let's take this time out to hear from the stables, and we'll be back with our guest, Rich Cole, mayor of Lakemore.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Okay, we're back here at Springfield High School, and the gentleman to my right, as we alluded to, one of the great men in Lakemore, Springfield, and all of Northeast Ohio. And I bet your heart is heavy tonight, Rich. Not exactly what you wanted to see at homecoming, but hats off to the Ravens. They've had a really good first half.
They're playing a clean game, absolutely.
Yes, they are. So Rich, as we have told you, is the Lakemore mayor, and for those who are unaware, Springfield High School is made up of students from both Lakemore and Springfield Township. And Rich, first things first, I learned something new today, which is not hard for me because there's not a lot of things I know. But if I understand correctly, Springfield High School, which I've lived in Springfield for 36 years, I thought sat in Springfield Township. But it sits in Lakemore, am I right?
In Lakemore,
there you go.
Absolutely.
So here's the man that runs the land here. So, Rich, so many things that I'm aware of, and probably tons more than I'm not aware of, that you were involved in, you're in charge of, you're a key player in here in the Springfield Lakemore community. And I'm going to hit you with a few that maybe you can tell us a little bit about. And then if you have some other things you'd like to bring up. But one of the things that I'm aware of is your actual place of employment, because unlike what many people think, mayor of Lakemore is probably not a position that allows you to have no other jobs.
Right. So you spend more on the day-to-day being mayor of Lakemore than you earn, and that's the truth.
So Rich is an employee at another school here in Lakemore that's called Super Learning Center, and they have a big date coming up. You want to tell the folks about that?
Yeah, thanks for the segue there. So Super Learning Center, it's Super is an acronym. It stands for Students Using Proven Educational Resources, and it was a school founded 25 years ago, and we're celebrating our 25th anniversary jubilee on Saturday, October 11th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the school, and we're going to have a plethora of fun activities, mostly free activities for the kids and families, and we sent about 1,500 invites out, so we're expecting a really good turnout. We've already gotten some nice commendations from the elected officials and people in the community to commemorate the day, but we're really looking forward for a fun-filled day. Phoenix on Killian is sending their petting zoo for the kids, and we're going to have some characters from part of their world, and lots of good things. We're having a dunk tank, and Dumas Burgers is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
And Word of Mouth Barbecue and Artisan Coffee. So we're going to have some food trucks. It's going to be a really, really nice day. Everyone's invited. Please come.
Yeah, that was my follow-up question was if they're just hearing about this now, there's still an opportunity to come and get involved. That's great.
1584 Wilson Avenue in the heart of Lakemore, former Lakemore Elementary School.
So, Lakemore.
Yes.
People rely on you for probably way more than they ought to. What are some of the things that are happening in the village currently that you'd like folks to know about?
We are in the process of funding a police canine. We're still getting some donations to make that come to fruition. But one threshold that I'm really happy about is we had a Swiss steak dinner a couple weeks back, and we had some donations trickling in. Habitat for Humanity gave us some money and some others. We have crossed the threshold such that we're able to fund a gazebo on Lakemore side of the lake at Dodds Park. So the concrete's been poured, and we are about to commence building a gazebo on our side, and then we're going to replace the roof on our pavilion, and things are they're just looking up and up. We had a $50,000 grant we received last year to plant trees at Dodds Park, so we're nurturing them, making sure they come along well, but hey.
So a lot of people who are not from Springfield or Lakemore know this area by the body of water that you were just referencing where the park sits on your side, which is Springfield Lake. And I'm a longtime Springfield resident, and I just love on both sides, the Springfield Township side and the Lakemore side, what you guys have been able to do to upgrade that.
It's a jewel. It's a jewel. We just, I don't know if you saw, but we just laid concrete for 20 different benches along the Lakemore side, and they're memorial benches. So it costs private individuals or companies and businesses $1,000 each, but we did lay them out, and that was a big project. It was one that John Strittmatter steered to fruition. So he's a councilman in the village. He did a great job at that.
Well, hats off to him. That's
Amen.
A great project. So, Rich, I'm sure I'm leaving some out here. I know you're a Mason. I know you're a Lion, but I know you mostly because you're a Rotarian. And this gentleman was most recently elected to the position of district governor-elect for the year of 2027?
7-8, yep.
So that's coming up before too long, and that's a ton of responsibility. So tell people what that means and what that entails.
Sure. So the district governor, it's one of 7 areas in the state of Ohio, and sort of my district's the northeast corner from the tip kind of down through us, and I think we're about the lowest of the areas that it covers, but it's 50 some clubs that we're kind of heading over, and we visit them and we promote them and basically do the best we can to help them along, help them grow, help them raise money, and help them do the good that Rotarians do every day.
And you are a member of the local club here in Springfield, which is
the Rotary Club of Port Summit, and that we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary in the next year or so. I think it was founded in '87. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that does sound right.
And I remember Rotary, when I was in high school here, they were giving scholarships.
There he goes, rubbing it in that he's much younger than me. I like how you slipped that right into the conversation.
But,
so the Rotary, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just coming off of one of your big fundraisers on the year, and another one is planned. You want to briefly describe both of those?
Well, sure. Yeah, we just held a very successful duck derby called the Dizzy Duck Derby. It's probably the seventh year or so that we've done that, and we dump 1,000 ducks into the Tuscarawas River. A Springfield trustee, Jeremy Kydell, is the owner of Melanie Lake Kim Tam, and he graciously allows the club to have our race there. We raised the last I saw was close to $6,000. So that was a really profitable fundraiser for us, and that allows us to do so many philanthropic endeavors that the club undertakes, scholarships, cleanup days, and we wherever there's a need, we step in to make something good happen.
And then another one coming up.
February 28th, I believe, is the day, and that's going to be hosted here at Springfield High School, and that's our annual quarter auction, and our goal is $10,000 to raise at that fundraiser. So God willing, we'll get there.
And the last thing, and there are many more. Believe me, I'm probably leaving out as many as we're including here. But I know there are people in the booth would be unhappy with me if I didn't mention, among the other things, is you sit on the board of one of our sponsors, Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, and tell them real briefly what kind of work is being done there.
Well, personally, I'm very thankful. I serve on the board, but I'm very thankful for the good works that JOG does. They find jobs for qualified, they train, they find jobs for qualified students, and we were very lucky to be the beneficiaries of 4 students here in the village of Lakemore over the summer, and they worked very hard in park upkeep and cleaning and monitoring our kids program, and it was a wonderful, wonderful success. So they not only do it to Lakemore, obviously, but they have a wide swath of area that they provide jobs for kids, and it's a blessing. Yeah.
So, as I said when we started this, they don't come any better than this gentleman right here, Rich. Yeah. And I see you're always advertising too here. So
thank you.
Political season's coming up.
It
Rich,
is.
Thanks for joining us in the booth.
Thank you, Ron.
And go Spartans.
Thank you. Go Spartans.
We're going to take this 30-second timeout, and we have another special guest.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Okay, we're back here at Springfield High School, and we're joined by a gentleman, a writer for Portage Sports, and it's Dave.
Phil. That's okay.
Oh,
Dave's
really
actually
close.
my dad's
Phil
name, so that
Karen.
works. Yeah.
Phil
That's
Karen
right.
from Portage Sports, and
Yeah.
he came up at the last second. Phil, we really do appreciate that.
Sure.
So
No problem.
you cover the high schools in Portage County.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
That's great.
Ravenna is one of those.
Yeah.
So you've seen Ravenna coming into tonight before the season?
No,
or
actually, Portage Sports website. It's at portagesports.com. We cover all, Portage County high school sports.
Right.
And pretty much week to week, I'm going and seeing a different game every week. This is actually my first time seeing Ravenna here tonight.
Well, if based just on what you've seen tonight, you probably are wondering why they're not undefeated. But they are going against a Spartan team that's certainly not as quick as the Ravens are, and
Sure.
that's been an issue, right?
Sure. But and they look good out there. Ravenna looks like they've. I think I saw them once or twice last year, and they look like they're getting pretty strong quarterback play and also play at the wide receiver. Sorry, I have to. Since I see a different team every week, I like learning names on the fly here.
No,
so I'm just going to
absolutely understand.
They do have some quality players at the skill positions, and they're giving Spartans a run for their money tonight. For sure.
I think you're probably a great guy to ask this, Phil. So next season.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not a coach, so you don't worry about. We only talk about tonight and next game.
Right.
Next season, Ravenna will be joined by some old friends or nemesis, the Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders, and the Cuyahoga Falls Black Tigers, and the Talmadge Blue Devils, who will be new members of this Metro Athletic Conference. So in covering the teams from Portage County involved in that league, what have you heard? Are people excited about that? Are they worried about it? What have you been able to gather about that shift in the league dynamics for next year?
I haven't really had a chance to talk with people a whole lot about that yet, but I mean, the combination of teams, I think it's exciting, of course. Ravenna and Kent Roosevelt, of course, they have a long-time rivalry, so it's kind of neat that we actually have them in the same conference now. And it's nice to see. I know Cuyahoga Falls has struggled a little bit over the years as well.
Right.
Blue Devils are kind of coming around. I think it's going to be, geographically, it's a nice setup, I think, for these different schools to be playing each other, and should be some exciting football for sure.
We've had Mogadore once this year already, and we're going to have them again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that dynamic? Not only their success that they're having this year in terms of wins and losses, but their inability so far to find a new league, as the old Portage Trail Conference has kind of fallen apart.
Right.
What are you hearing about that? Is there any hope for a small school like Mogadore to be absorbed into a local league?
I certainly hope so. Actually, full disclosure, I live in Mogador. Some of my sons went to Mogador High School. Yeah, I think they are hoping to be able to find something. I know I'd heard that some of the schools, I don't know any specifics. I know some schools didn't want Mogador in there because of the quality of our football program. But yeah, it's kind of tough on them because they've had a nice season here so far. They've had some nice comeback victories, which have been pretty impressive. I saw them in the first week against Crestwood as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that somebody lives in Mogador. I'm crossing my fingers that they can find a place for themselves, because right now we're playing schools from all around this region now, and that's kind of travel. In terms of travel, it's kind of a pain.
Tuning tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, and tell me if you don't agree with this, but part of Mogador's problem is the success that you've mentioned in football, especially, but basketball too. And the bigger schools know that Mogador can compete with them. They don't want to lose to a school that's not going to give them as many computer points. So, why do they want them in their league? So it really puts the pressure on the administration from Mogador to try to find a home. And for years and years, it was the Portage County League and then the Portage Trail Conference.
Absolutely.
So we wish them the best. What's the best team in Portage County right now? I suppose
I look biased.
I invite him in, and
I look
put
biased
him right
if I
on
said Mogador, right? Yeah. Of the schools I've seen, of the Portage County schools I've actually seen play so far, I have to admit I think it probably would be Mogador at this point. Okay. Although to be fair, I haven't seen Roosevelt. I haven't seen Waterloo. I mean, some other schools I haven't seen yet, anyways.
Right.
But so far, I was impressed with Mogador's. I actually saw them week 1, the comeback victory against Crestwood, at Crestwood, too, so it was pretty impressive.
That's great. Hey, Phil, I really appreciate it. I know we put you on the spot.
No, that's no
We'd
problem.
never crossed paths before. He was downstairs, and I said, see if you can get him up here. So here's Phil Karen from Portage Sports. Tell people how they can find you online to read what you guys are writing.
The website's portagesports.com, and you can check that out there. I know you can also go there and subscribe to a newsletter as well.
Okay.
Check it out.
Phil, thanks so much for taking a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
All right, we're going to take this 30-second time out, and we'll be back to take a look at some halftime statistics.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, jogworks.org, for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Are we back on? Oops, sorry.
Back here at Springfield High School, Ron Whitmer along with Chris Canova, where Ravenna leads Springfield 36-0. And Chris, a lot to add up on the Ravenna side of the ledger. And unfortunately for Springfield, most of what we're adding up is penalty yardage, although Baron Lang had a nice half running the ball, but it's not going to show up in the stats because so many of those were pulled back. So you want to bring us up to date on the multitude of Ravenna guys who are breaking.
I'm going to, but I got to say this first,
numbers.
Ron.
Sure.
Springfield's band. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
I failed to point that out tonight. I know we went overboard in our praise the first week of the season, but they're certainly one of the top bands in the area.
Ravenna, solid job with their band as well, but wow, the Springfield Spartan band, excellent job. Okay, back to the game. As Ron was alluding to, first half all Ravenna Ravens. And it was a running back show. 5 running backs handling the ball and a total of 173 yards rushing for the Ravens, led by Mr. Askew by Mr. Gaines with 52 yards in the first half, along with Mr. Miller at 65 yards. Askew also had 48 yards receiving. C.J. Ross, the quarterback, had a 50-yard returned punt for a touchdown, as well as 68 yards in passing and 1 TD. For the Spartans, it was tough sledding for sure. 60 yards total rushing, and that might be a little bit generous. I didn't count that last play, Ron, on that last sack, which was, I'm going to put that on the officials there. I didn't count that last 20 yards of sack, but no yards passing and 60 yards rushing. So one-sided show during the first half. But I will say this. I think that the Spartans, the last series, did come out offensively and showed flashes of promise there. Marched down the field, got a couple first downs. Hopefully we're going to see more of that to open up the second half. And we're going to see what Ravenna has to offer. Beyond that, we are going to start the second half with a running clock. So,
okay,
Mr. DeLauro, a Springfield legend right here.
While Chris,
Mr.
Chris checks in with the local populace here in the press box. So nothing unexpected there, right, based upon what we saw in the first half.
Right.
Statistically being dominated by Ravenna. In terms of our scoreboard, a quick scoreboard reveal here in the Metro Athletic Conference, no big surprises. I think the only surprise is the hurting that Streetsboro is putting on Woodridge, 49-7 just before half in that one. The big game of the night, Norton leading Cloverleaf at the start of the third quarter, 27-14. It's 36-0 here, Ravenna over Springfield. And a little bit of a surprise to me based upon what we saw out of Woodridge last week. Field up 24-0 at halftime over Coventry. So both teams went into that one 1-5. It looked to us, I think, like Coventry was trying to turn the corner and head in the right direction, but at this point, at least, Field's kind of laying it on them tonight. So, Chris, you mentioned you had another Portage County area score from just down the road here.
Mogadore 21, Pontchartrain Valley 7. I thought that was supposed to be a close game this week. I'm not sure. I don't know that much about Pontchartrain Valley, but I understand they have a good record this year. A team we had earlier this year, Green up big on Glen Oak at half. 34-14. Did you report on the Revere score, or the Talmadge score?
I did not. In fact, I don't have that
7-3 Revere over Talmadge, which, Revere's, are they 5-1 or 4-2?
4-2, but yeah. I was made aware in a conversation with the AD at Revere this week. They're down 2 key players.
Are they?
One on both sides of the ball. So not that means that it should be that close, but hats off to Talmadge for staying in that one. Aurora is ruining Cuyahoga Falls' indoctrination of their new Lambert Field. Aurora is up in the third quarter, 42-0 over the Falls, and Copley is handing it to 4-2 Roosevelt, 35-7 at halftime.
So in this region, this area, I should say, Nordonia having a good year. They got knocked off last week. They go down 21-0 against Twinsburg to come back. I think it's 21-20 at half.
Yeah, it was. Nordonia is actually up 21-20, so they were down 20-0 possibly.
Crazy.
Here's the big game in the Suburban National tonight. Wadsworth at halftime leading Hudson 21-3. I thought Hudson might keep it a little closer than that, and maybe they'll come back, but at this point, Wadsworth in control there. Stowe Monroe Falls down 21-0 to Brecksville Broadview Heights. Again, a slight surprise in North Royalton leading Solon 21-7.
Here's one Mogadore's watching. Ellett out ahead of Bookdale, 7-6. I think that's halftime. So,
yeah, they're just underway. Third quarter. Got an update on that one, and Bookdale has taken a 13-7 lead in the third quarter. So we're about ready to get going here in the second half. Let's take this 30-second timeout to hear from Edward Jones, and we'll be back with the second half.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
So we're just about to get underway, second half action. Week 7, Chris. I mean, how did this happen? I think the weather actually has fooled us, too, into believing this can't possibly be October. But, but it is indeed. And the homecoming folks here at Springfield maybe wishes it was November by now. But it's still a nice gathering tonight. See, we got a food truck down below next to the concession stand, and the faithful, the moms and dads and neighbors still hanging in there here on the home side. Ravenna actually, early it did not look good for their crowd on the far side, but some folks have showed up, and this is the hard thing. Moms and dads almost always are going to be at the game, but when your classmates and your neighbors still turn out when your team's 1-5, and to me that's some community support you can be proud of, and I think I'm seeing that on both sides tonight. So,
it's a pretty good turnout tonight, and you look down there towards the concession stand. I agree with you. It's a nice gathering.
I don't want
Springfield Township.
Yeah, I don't want to paint the wrong picture here. We're not in front of a full house, nothing close to that, but a nice gathering on a nice night. So we're about set to start, and the clock is already running. Jose Carpenter will kick it off for Ravenna. He kicks it deep. Looks like Keller about to field the ball at the 10-yard line for Springfield. He's up across the 20, hit head-on by Hutchison for Ravenna at they're going to mark it at the 22-yard line. So that's where they'll give it the 23. That's where the Spartans will start play here in the second half. A lot of work to do. And at this point, Chris, I mean, I'm guessing, you tell me I'm wrong, but most coaches have things that in these situations they want to work on. They want to get better at. So you may see some kids playing a different position than what they've mostly played this year. You may see a lot of different things.
I'm curious if they're going to go with both quarterbacks, because they seem to go back to Keller and stick with him.
Yeah, he's in there now. He's in the backfield being pressured, and he squirts away from that pressure, still has the ball, still in the backfield, now across the line of scrimmage, up to the 25, maybe the 26. So he ran about 50 yards to pick up 3.
Good for him. That's a good hustle play. And you know, Coach told us before the game, correct me if I'm wrong here, Ron, I think he was only cleared to play on Wednesday of this week.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he has any fear. Yeah. He is sacrificing his body all over the field.
Yeah, Coach said they weren't sure his snaps might be limited, but based upon what they've seen, apparently he's good to go. So 2nd down 7. Hand off to Lang. Lang hit immediately at the 25 and taken down for a short gain. Actually, no gain. We're going to move it back slightly, so it'll be 3rd down 8.
He was caught from behind there by, I think, a defensive lineman. He has that little stutter step, I think, that, works well for him. But on that play, the defensive lineman just trailed him and caught him from behind.
Yeah, I see. There's another Ravens lineman that I don't have on the roster either, number 88. So parents of 25 and 88, we apologize, but we're just going to have to call them by number at this point. 3rd and 8. Keller back to pass, scrambling to the near side, under pressure, stays on his feet, throws the ball away, does have a man in the area, so there's no flag. Looked like he got hit a little late. Springfield staff is claiming that, but no flag this time. It'll bring up 4th down 8.
Nice play by Keller to escape the rush, really running for his life.
Yeah,
and what is a Ravenna player supposed to do? He's supposed to tackle him, and he did. So can't blame that kid.
Yeah, Ty Smith was in the area, so no flag. It'll be a punt. Spencer Casto will be the punter for the Spartans. He'll be at his own 10-yard line to receive the snap. Casto calls for the ball.
Nice punt.
High kick. the 45, dropped there, but picked back up by Miller. Miller to the near side and slides down inside Springfield territory at the 46-yard line. That's where the Ravens will start their first possession here in the second half. 8:23 remaining, and you're saying, and how is that possible? Well, we're in that running clock situation. Right. So, especially if Ravenna can put up another score, we're probably going to have running clock the rest of the way, which means Bob in the booth next door, we're going to start squeezing in some spots here if things don't change. So Ross is looking to his far side. The Ravenna quarterback gets the play.
I'm surprised that Ross is still in, frankly.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. Coach didn't really say who would be his backup tonight. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Gaines, keeps the ball, now pitches to Miller along the far side, across the 40, inside the 35 before he's run out of bounds. And again, Chris, you were commenting in the first half on the decision-making of Ross, and again, that time he kept the ball as long as he needed to make that pitch effective. A pickup of 10 for Miller and a first down at the 35-yard line of Springfield.
You know, Miller really has been, it's hard to say he's been quiet, but of the running backs, he has 75 yards now, believe it or not.
How about that? Hand off to Gaines up the middle. He's got another 5-6 yards on a first down carry to the 29-yard line. 7:09 remaining, third quarter.
Yeah, they're just controlling the offensive line. They're doing pretty much whatever they want on offense, clearly.
Second down, we'll call it 5. 2nd and 5, ball on the 30. Snap, handoff inside to Miller. He's running far side again. He's got 5 yards to the 20, a couple more inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. He's taken down on the far side. Looked like the tackle that time by Dylan Wilson.
You know, Ron, I thought that they gave that ball the up back that time. I thought Springfield stuffed that at the line of scrimmage, and bam, 12 yards later, on a little counter to the outside.
Yeah, C.J. Ross, I've been very impressed, Chris. Very slick quarterback. And just as I say that, we've got a stoppage and play, a false start on Ravenna. That'll set them back 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15.
Man, penalties are killing them.
Yeah, well.
I had to throw that in there. I'm sorry.
Thanks,
I had to get it in there.
If somebody just tuned in, they might believe you, but those of us who have been here from the outset know that not to be true. So 1st and 15, ball spotted now at the 23-yard line. The Ravens. Braylon Burks is wide to the near side. Inside handoff again to Miller, and it just keeps on working. He's into the 15 and then hit hard at about the 14. Can't see who that tackle was on the far side.
See, that was Miller at the time?
Yeah.
Number 77, Elijah Maynard.
77, Elijah Maynard. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. And Maynard was a main factor in the victory in week 1. Yeah, Chris, it happened so quick, but that one was that inside handoff again to Miller. So Ross hands off to well, now I'm fooled this time. I think that's Hutchison up the middle. That time I thought he had given the ball to Elijah McCamey, but nope. So it was either Gaines or Hutchison up the middle. Might have been Gaines that time. It was Gaines, okay. 4:31 remaining. Ravenna on the march. 3rd down, 2. Ball spotted on the 10. Ross in the shotgun. This time he drops the snap, picks it up. He'll run wide. He's looking for a block, and instead he'll just run it out of bounds at the 10. It'll bring up 4th down and 2. So nice heady play there, Chris.
Yeah,
didn't try to do too much. Made sure he got possession before he tried anything.
It's smart. Still you get a first down here. It's is it 4th and about 1.5, probably maybe 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna say about 2. What I didn't realize till tonight is the height of Ross. He's 6'3", nice sized quarterback. This time he hands it off to Gaines up the middle. I think he's got the first down. He does. He's got plenty. He's down actually right about the 5-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and goal from the 5 after.
Right up the gut. Line just really just pushed Springfield's back a few yards.
Yeah, let's call out some of the big fellas for the Ravens. Jontez Williams up on that line is moving some people around at right tackle. This time it's a keeper for Ross, and he plows ahead into the end zone for the 5-yard touchdown. And with that, Ravenna takes a 42-0 lead. C.J. Ross that time, among the many attributes, he's got good eyes. He was patient,
right?
Waited for the hole to develop, squirted through the hole for the touchdown, and it's been a while since we had a flag well after the play, and we've got one. So let's see what this one is. I'm gonna guess somebody had something to say, and they're talking to one of the DBs from Springfield, but that doesn't mean it's on him.
Yeah.
Did you pick up anything?
I didn't. I don't know what's going on. Are they staying in the middle of the line, or are they back towards the?
Here comes the official. He's got an unsportsmanlike on Springfield, and yeah, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to say it was somebody and have it not be them. So it appeared to be somebody towards the back of the end zone, which is why I said maybe a DB or a linebacker.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was the non-football player behind the end zone.
Oh.
That was up on the line.
Hey.
But he's no longer there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because we'll never know.
Didn't even think about that, but just as we're about to kick the extra point, we're going to send somebody off for a equipment issue, and I hope that didn't come across the mic, but some coaches down the other end of the press box were not real happy to see that call.
Right, and I'm not sure that I would completely disagree with him. I might have chosen a different word. But
so Liam Summers, the freshman 6-footer, will come in to hold. Kick is up, and it is good, but another flag on the play. And
this is going to be against Springfield, I'm pretty sure. They're pointing at the Springfield kids. I have no idea what this is. They rushed too hard? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought he signaled holding there, Chris. But whatever it was declined. The kick was good, and with that, it's Ravenna all over Springfield, 43-0, 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. Let's take this 30-second timeout.
You're listening to the Sports Special on Fifth Dimension Radio.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova with you on Fifth Dimension Radio here towards the end of the third quarter. Kickoff from Ravenna to the Spartans is taken at about the 15, run up across the 20, and tackled down there, I believe, was Cohen Keller again. So if you're just tuning in, the Ravens offensively have had their way with the Spartans tonight. They're up 43-0, and help me, Chris, I don't believe they've punted tonight, right? Or did they?
I don't believe they have. I don't believe they have, and they've had, let me count the yards this half.
We've got 23.
Another 60 yards this half, so.
23 seconds remaining and running here in the third quarter. Keller still in at quarterback. Springfield still in the spread offense. Looks like maybe Thurston behind Keller. The handoff, no, it's to Lang. Lang is taken down after no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
Well, that was a quick quarter.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter with the score: Ravenna 43, Springfield nothing. Let's take this time out and hear from the stable.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race, own a little, and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
But he has in my shower.
Back here at Springfield, and on 2nd and 10, pressure again from the Ravens forces Cohen Keller to throw the ball out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Spartans. Ball is sitting at the...
So they should throw a flag here, and they're going to be, I hope they're just not going to throw it. I think they're talking about not throwing it.
About not having a receiver in the area?
Yeah, he threw the ball to, I think that, you know the ice cream truck down there by the concession stand?
Yes.
I think he was closer to that than a player.
Might have been. He was getting some pressure.
He was getting huge pressure.
Ball's on the 23, 3rd down 10. Springfield having trouble moving the ball here in the second half. Keller. And another whistle just before Keller got smoked by the linebacker blitzing.
Thank goodness they called whatever they called there.
Yeah. Our unspoken number 25 had Keller's number 2 in his sights. But a false start killed the play before he got hit. They'll move it back 5, make it 3rd and 15. Ball at the 18. Well, they're going to mark off a 4-yard penalty and put it at the 19.
Well, here's what I like.
We're still going to call it 3rd and 15, Chris. Go ahead.
Let's do it. Here's what I like. You look at the Springfield sideline, all the players up on the sideline, they're all by the coach. You know, they're still into the game. You know, I love that. They have every reason to be spread out, not into the game,
right.
and they're into it still. So good for them.
And the coaches are still engaged. A screen pass over the middle is a little low and forces Lang to catch it on his back. A very minimal gain, if any, right there. Brings up 4th and 15, and the punt team will come on.
I think that was his first completion, Ron.
Thought there might have been one in the first half, but I may be wrong about that. Thought Lang caught one. Maybe I might be remembering a pitch. Anyway, Casta will be back to punt, standing on his own 5-yard line. Running clock here in the 4th quarter. Pressure, but Castro gets it away. A high kick coming down at about the 45. Gets a Springfield roll across the 50 and it'll come to rest just inside Ravenna territory. And with 9:10 remaining, it's Ravenna 43, Springfield nothing. Let's take this time out to hear from Edward Jones.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
1st and 10, Ravenna at their own 49. Handoff in the backfield, and it looks like we have maybe a new running back in there. Yeah, it's number 6, DeAnthony Allen with the carry. He picked up about 4, and we got a Spartan down at the about midfield stripe here. So, Chris, you would expect to probably see Ravenna start to empty the bench, at least the skilled positions, to save some guys for next week. I'm going to try to pick up here who that is down for the Spartans. And it looks like it might be Casto. Spencer Casto. It appears to be him. I'm not positive. We'll wait till they get him up. In the meantime, let me remind you that you should join us next week on Fifth Dimension Radio for our Friday night matchup at 6:45 airtime. Barberton will host the Revere Minutemen, who are still in play for the Suburban American Championship. They're also playing for state playoff position. The kickoff at 7 o'clock. And we say that full well knowing that there's been some rumblings in the Suburban American this year, but from everything we know, that game next week does appear to be on, so we'll be at Barberton, and look forward to calling that one for you next Friday night. 2nd down, 7. And we have a new quarterback. I'll have to pick up the number for the Ravens. Looks like Miller. Miller hands off to McCamey. McCamey in the backfield, spun around, falls forward for about a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3. So Miller, who hasn't done much other than run for nearly 100 yards, pick off a pass, have a couple passes defended, is now going to quarterback, Chris. So 3rd and a long 3. Miller is at quarterback. He's got a new running back behind him. We'll try to pick up that number as well. High snap, pulled down by Miller. He'll fall ahead, and is the ball loose? Looked like it might have been, or that was Miller that got loose.
Yeah, I think it just popped out of his hand. He caught it.
So he falls down right about the original line of scrimmage, or the line of scrimmage for the 3rd down, and now it brings up a 4th down, and again, 4th, we will call it 4. 4th and 4 with a short loss there.
The problem when you put your second team in is when you go to punt, the punt team is, well, half the starters are out of the game, right? So yeah, it's chaos getting the regular punt team back out there. So let's see how this goes.
That's what we're looking at now. The kicker is also the punter. That's Jose Carpenter. He's standing at his own 43-yard line. Takes a snap, gets the kick away. A wobbler to the far side, caught and falling down immediately is number 4, Ty Smith for the Spartans. And they will take over with 6:46 remaining in a quick second half at their own 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to set it down right on the 20 to make it nice and clean for us. So,
well, let's just take in the score here.
Exactly. Coach Lawley, I'm sure he's got a few positives.
Right.
Lang's run well tonight. But there'll be nothing like getting a score on the board here before the end of this one. So I'm sure that's the goal, and I'm sure that's probably why Keller's still in there at quarterback. Right. Gives them the best chance to do just that. 1st and 10, Springfield at their own 20. Keller. Inside handoff to Lang. Lang across the 20 to 25, out near the 30, close to the first down. Again, I can't tell you, I'm going to guess 4 or 5 different times Lang has had 9-yard runs tonight.
He has.
Unfortunately for him, at least 3 of them were called back. So they're not calling this one back. He does pick up another 9 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Spartans. Trailing big here with 5:54 remaining.
The ironic part of that is when he's getting these 9-yard runs, it looks like there's no space.
Yeah.
He's like rumbling and tumbling, and next thing you know, 9 yards.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly right. There have been tough yards, and like I said, I believe he's run really well tonight. Keller. Hands this time for the first down to the far side is number 24. Evan Delbrugge, the senior, 5'9", 175-pound running back. He gets the first down. They'll move it out to the 35, 1st and 10.
So did that not look like it was either motion or offsides or both?
It looked a little funky.
Okay.
Could have been both.
I'm happy they didn't call anything.
Yeah, let's not complain about the lack of yellow. Coming to the near side for Springfield is Chase Reisinger, along with Spooney. Handoff in the backfield and ahead on a nice run to not lose yardage, again by Delbrugge. He was stopped in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss, ended up with about a 2-yard gain. So nice strong run by Delbrugge.
That was a nice run. What year is he, I wonder, Delbrugge?
He is the senior, 5'9". Okay. So a chance for him to get some touches here in the 4th quarter.
Well, good for him. And they're moving the ball. They got to put some energy behind this here because clock is ticking.
I can't tell. It looks like it's still Keller. No, it's not Keller. The handoff inside. Delbrugge again breaks one free out near midfield, 1st down, where he's wrestled down. He's wrestled down by McCamey for the tackle, but not until he picks up plenty enough yardage for the 1st down. And our new Springfield quarterback is Dylan Wilson, the freshman, 5'11".
Again, nice run. He has a nice little burst there, doesn't he? He broke that first tackle, and then, 10-yard burst.
So Wilson, the 5'11 freshman, 160 pounds, seeing his first action of the night and first of the season during a Fifth Dimension radio broadcast at quarterback. He takes a snap, hands off, inside run, and let's pick up who it was this time. That was Miller. And Chris, if you were on spot there, that may have given him his 100 yards. I'm going to give him 3. They're marking him for a 2-yard gain. But Miller with the carry. We'll call it a long 7 and be generous here.
Okay.
It's not my style generally. That's your style.
That's Miller or Lang?
Pardon? That was Miller. Miller's in the backfield behind Wilson.
Okay.
Handoff. Miller. And I'm sorry, I'm getting my teams mixed up. So feel free to correct me. That's Keller. That is Isaiah Keller, the freshman, 5'6", with that carry as well. So, Miller has had a heck of a game, but if he's playing for both sides, he's going to rack up some serious stats. Oh, man, it's getting a little late here with 2:07 remaining and running. So Isaiah Keller in at running back now. Wilson hands to Keller. Keller running to the near side, has some room, but a nice tackle there by Zach Allen for Ravenna. Limits any gain there just enough. Squeezed ahead for the first down. It was 3rd and inches. He got the first down just inside the 40-yard line. So Springfield still moving here, trying to get on the board. Clock running, 1:39 remaining in the half. And
Well, let's see some urgency here to get on the board, and it's going to be close.
Exactly right, and this is a case where you don't mind them taking the timeouts that they have remaining to attempt to get on the score. Wilson takes a snap, hands again to Keller right up the middle. He's got about 2 yards, 1 or 2 yards there. They're going to give him 1. Second down, 9, 1:09 remaining. And, well, I think we're both guessing wrong here because
I don't think they're going to call a timeout.
They do not appear ready to take a timeout, and they're not showing any sense of urgency here. So the play call is in, but the clock is now down to 47 seconds and rolling. So don't forget to join us for the announcement of our player of the game during the Cambria Bistro post-game show. Wilson got the snap before he's expecting it, runs out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A couple of flags. Flags are late, but by the time they sort it out, we may be done here. Block in the back is the call that's signaled on the field. And by the time they march this off, they won't even do that. 17 seconds rolling down here, so we're going to end up on that note. And so fitting that we have flags just to send us on our way tonight. As the clock runs out, the final from Springfield. Ravenna 43, Springfield nothing. Let's take this time out, and we'll be back with our post-game show.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Okay, back here at Springfield, and lots of excitement on one side of the field tonight, Chris. Not so much here on the near side, but
not so much.
But one team is got some momentum going in here to the last few games, and that was the Ravenna Ravens, who, well, actually, I was going to say offensively, but on both sides of the ball. I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage against the big Springfield front four on defense, but on offense, they had their way tonight. Finally, we saw our first punt there in the fourth quarter, I think, from Ravenna. But a big night. So before we go any further deep into the stats, let's I think we're unanimous again tonight on our player of the game. Our player of the game is from Ravenna, and that is
number 3, Mark Miller, who had a big night on offense with, let's round it up to 100 yards rushing, and on defense, he was everywhere.
2 passes defended, and the third one picked off, a picked off pass. And then late in the game, played a little bit of quarterback just for good measure. So
we thought we were going to get away from not having a quarterback as the MVP of the night, but
yeah, and that was a little bit of an upset. But the discussion just after halftime was, boy, there are so many players in play for Ravenna, right? And if you'll dive in now, a lot of guys had some big nights.
Gaines had 70 yards plus. Hutchinson had a big night with around about 50 yards. Of course, the quarterback, C.J. Ross, had a rushing TD, threw for another 70 yards and a TD, had a 50-yard punt return for a touchdown. Gaines had, did I mention Gaines already, 70 yards. They had guys all over the place. They had They had 6 running backs who impacted the game, a quarterback that impacted the game. It was just a well-rounded performance offensively.
Yeah, Coach Coleman has to be really pleased with what his guys were able to put together tonight. Not our named player of the game, but I want to give the Maestro of the Night award to C. There is no such award, by the way, for us. But I'm giving it anyway to C.J. Ross, who was just masterful. I mean, none of his stats tonight blow you away individually, but across the board, as you just mentioned, a little bit of everything. Passing-wise, didn't pass a lot, but when he did, he was on the money.
He was.
He pulled the ball down when he needed to, kept it on the multitude of play fakes when he needed to, and put up a really, really nice night in charge of the offense for Ravenna.
We haven't talked about Coach Coleman much tonight, and what a nice job, right?
Yeah.
Offensively, a game plan that was he ran a multiple offense, mix it up inside, outside. Really confused the Springfield defense. They didn't know who had the ball. Heck, half the time we didn't know who had the ball.
We didn't know.
And the quarterback threw the ball well. Defensively, they made Springfield do things they didn't want to do. They brought 5 guys the whole night. On occasion, they bring linebackers. A really nice job, just confusing everything that Springfield really wanted to do. They just weren't able to do it.
Chris, you'll probably recall in the pregame, I asked Coach Coleman, did the multitude of close losses, all of his losses, with the exception of one, were games that they could have won. And I asked him, was that more encouraging or more frustrating? I think now, after tonight's game, if there'll be less of a disappointment in that, because I'm sure he's going to be able to see those were growth opportunities, and when we had the better team, which they did tonight, clearly, our guys performed, and it sounds like offense. 43-0 on a running clock all the second half sounds like offense, and it was offense. But the defense kept giving them the ball, right? Here's the ball, here's the ball, here's the ball, go score, and they did. So very impressed with the Ravens tonight. Again, if you're just catching the end of the game here, 43-0 over the Springfield Spartans. So that'll bring the Ravens to 1-3 in the league and 2-5 overall. I don't know that 5-5 gets you in the playoffs, but I would think that that's at least a goal, something that they'll see as a possibility now after tonight's performance.
I think they would have to knock off Streetsboro, possibly either Streetsboro or Norton. I can't remember which, but
no, Norton's the one that handed them the one loss that was not close.
So I mean, I could certainly see them going, winning the other 3 games, if not Streetsboro as well. I mean, they were disciplined. I mean, I was really impressed with them tonight.
Yeah.
Where Springfield, that's probably one thing that the Springfield coach would take, listen, we've got to be more disciplined.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be as talented as the other team, you can certainly be the most disciplined team on the field. Yeah. And tonight they weren't that either. So I'm sure they're going to be working on that.
Yeah, and to that point, I have to say that, I assume as a listener, you probably get a little tired of hearing the old man in the press box whine about the flags all night. But from the coaching standpoint, I'm not saying it makes 43 points difference. It clearly did not tonight. But it does make a difference. And, they do need to clean it up. And if they'll do that, then we can quit whining about, I say we, I mean mostly me, about officials. Because, again, all my official friends, I understand. You're out there, you got a job to do. And for the most part, they've done it really well.
And it's hard. It's a difficult job.
Yeah. Which one do you say, I'm going to let that one go? So I get it. They're doing their job. And but it does extend the game. Tonight it didn't extend it a whole lot because we had a running clock. Let's take a time out here to hear from our post-game sponsor. And we'll be back to take a look at the scoreboard to see what else happened around high school football tonight.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Introducing the Celebration Palace, a brand new and all-inclusive banquet facility located in Hartville in the North Plaza at 240 Kent Avenue Northeast. Still dreaming about your special wedding day or that occasion you're wanting to celebrate and you're not sure where to start? Well, you're in luck, because here at the Celebration Palace, we specialize in wedding and event planning. Whether you are looking for a venue or an all-inclusive wedding package, we have you covered. We help plan your special occasion. We have specialized vendors to help make your special day magical, and our prices are budget-friendly. So let us, here at the Celebration Palace, make all your special occasion dreams come true. You can give us a call at 330-587-2035 or check us out on our website, www.thecelebrationpalace.com. Stress-free, budget-friendly, amazing staff, and a stunning venue. The Celebration Palace, where your vision becomes a reality.
Back here at Springfield, where we've watched a masterful performance by the Ravenna Ravens as they beat Springfield 43-0 on the Springfield's home field. During homecoming, our 4th straight homecoming, we're going to go for 5 next week at Barberton. I'm not sure.
Well, I asked Bob if he had the info. He didn't say no. It wasn't happening. So.
Okay, so some quick updates on scores from around Northeast Ohio of interest to our listeners. One of the biggest ones of the night down in Stark County in the 4th quarter got McKinley leading Hoover 21-14. Hoover is undefeated. Revere in Summit County is up on Talmadge 21-3 in the 4th quarter. Also in the Federal, Green, Hard Luck Green getting a big one tonight. They're 41-14 ahead of Glen Oak. Lake is falling to Jackson 33-21, undefeated Lake. So that one's one of the bigger upsets of the night. Not that Jackson's not a solid team, they are, but that's at Lake as well. And the other game out of the Federal is Austintown Fitch leading Perry in the 4th quarter 14-7. Chris, do you have an update on the Mogador game that you were tracking earlier?
I've only seen one score from there, and that was the 21-7 Mogador thus far.
Okay, here in the Metro Athletic, 4th quarter, Field leading Coventry 37-0. Streetsboro, it says 3rd quarter, but I got to believe it's probably 4th quarter by now, leading Woodridge. Both teams go in at 4-2, but Streetsboro up big 49-7. And in the battle of the leaders in the conference tonight, Norton up big now in the 4th quarter, 34-14 over Cloverleaf.
They must be really good. They are putting up points like there's no defense in front of them every week, no matter who they play. So good for them. Good for them.
Here's what it may turn out to be the game of the night in terms of excitement and going down to the wire. 5-1 Nordonia leads 4-2 Twinsburg 24-23 late in the 4th quarter. North Royalton beating up on Solon 35-7. And the Mogador, is that a final, Chris?
I don't know if it's a final. It looks like it's a final. Maybe not, though. 35-7 Mogador.
Mogador up big. That takes them to 6-1. And the Wildcat fans are getting excited, I'm sure, at this point. Wadsworth leading Hudson, still the same score as it was at halftime now in the 4th quarter, 21-3. And Brecksville Broadview Heights leading Stowe 21-0. And we'll take a quick peek at the Suburban American, where Aurora handled the Falls tonight 42-7 at the first game there at Lambert Field in the Falls.
We've been asking questions, or you've been asking most of the coaches questions before the game this year. The leagues are changing next year, right?
Right.
And what's the effect going to be? And I think from my perspective, every week, like you look at the Federal League scores, you never know who's going to win those Federal League games. It doesn't even matter what the records are. It doesn't seem. And I think we're going to see more and more of that, whether it's Suburban or the Metro or whatever they're calling themselves, because I'm not even sure what they're calling themselves next year. That's what we're going to see. More competition, I think, is likely to happen. Every week, it's going to be more interesting, which I happen to love.
Yeah, and it was the driving force behind. I think the major move is the 3 teams leaving the Suburban American and moving over here to the Metro Athletic next year. That's Talmadge, that's Cuyahoga Falls, and that's Kent Roosevelt. And by the way, the last score I didn't give you there in the Suburban American tonight, Copley leading in the fourth quarter over Kent Roosevelt 49-20.
And how about
so again,
Copley?
there's a Roosevelt team that'll be moving into this league where you think it's probably a little more level playing field. So I agree with you, Chris. I think that's the hope, at least, and very likely we'll see that play out.
And nobody was talking about Copley.
No.
I mean, if they lost they've lost one, I think.
I'll have to go back to that.
I think they're
here.
5. Well, I guess it'd be 6-1 now.
Copley,
Anyway,
they were 4-2, so they'll be 5-2.
Quality
after
football team,
tonight.
and good for them. You know, they've not been that good for a couple years. So good to see them back and winning again.
So one other, it's not a final, but a score of interest to us because we've had them already this year. Ellett trails Buchtel 27-20 in the fourth quarter. So still within reach. There's another one of our hard luck teams in the season. They're in virtually every game. Unfortunately,
Crazy,
so
isn't it?
far they're coming up on the wrong end of these close games.
It's like the Barberton situation we talked about earlier. You have 28, 30 kids on a good day.
Right.
Tough to win against quality teams.
Well, and let's hope they're healing quickly over at Barberton,
No
because
kidding.
we're going to be there, and we're going to wrap it up with this. We'll see you, hopefully, next week. We'll see you one way or the other, but hopefully from Barberton, where they'll host Revere, who should be 5-2 going into that one, or 5-2 going into that one.
Yeah.
And the following week, we'll be back to Mogador, the Red Hot Mogador Wildcats, for their game against St. Thomas Aquinas, and at this point, it looks like that should be one for Mogador. And then we'll wrap up the season, and the last game is a little bit in play tonight because of what happened tonight that brought us out to Springfield. It's scheduled to be back here at Springfield. Keep an eye out on the Fifth Dimension Radio YouTube page and Facebook page, because there may, or there may not, but there may be a scheduling change for Week 10, and we'll update you on that as soon as we have it. So for Chris Canova, I'm Ron Whitmer. We want to thank our man on the other side of the wall here, Bob Felmley. Can we get a quick shot of Bob over there? Is that possible? Bob is a little camera
He's not
shy.
going to be happy.
He's not going to be happy.
Did he actually wave, or did he give that was the hand motion you got? Good.
And the guy that just got us in trouble by doing what I asked him to do, Roger McLean, behind the camera tonight. So thank you, Roger. And thanks our illustrious leaders around here. He's probably, yes, he is. He's walking down on the track right now, having delivered that Player of the Game award.
He's exercising.
To Mr. Miller. So, Bob, I'm going to wave to you. You can't hear me, but he's recovering from knee surgery, and he's looking a little better every week. So, again, thank you so much for listening in. Catch this game on Monday at 6 p.m. on WAOH.TV. Catch it on the Fifth Dimension Radio 10 Cent Beer Night YouTube channel starting either Saturday night or Sunday afternoon, along with the video that's attached for the replay. So, again, Ron Whitmer, Chris Canova. We'll see you next week from Barberton.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screenprint Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.